Hi everyone, it's Leanne. Welcome back to my Lyme disease vlog, and today I'd like to continue talking about a subject that I mentioned in my last vlog, which is how dialectical behavioral therapy has been helping me cope with my illness of Lyme disease. And I wanted to give some examples so maybe, it'll be helpful to someone watching. So I gotta start off by saying that, and this is a disclaimer, I'm currently just a student and I go to a school that focuses more on cognitive behavioral therapy, and which is not clearly DBT. So this is by no means medical therapeutic advice at all. This is me sharing my experience and what I've been learning. So it's not going to be perfect, but I'm hoping that you'll continue to grow with me and I'll learn more and be able to share it with you and we'll grow together. Today I want to talk about a concept from DBT called opposite action. And DBT teaches to identify your emotions in situations, and this is only a small part of it, by the way. This is like the abbreviated version, just so you know. But DBT teaches us to identify our emotions in the situation. Is it appropriate for the situation? Is the level, if it is the level of intensity appropriate for the situation? And how to regulate our emotions. For example, and this is one of my favorites, and I've been told it a lot, but it's very clean cut. It's somebody, you're driving on the highway and someone cuts you off, and yeah, you're gonna be irritated. I mean, your life flashed before your eyes, possibly. What a jerk, they didn't even signal, like, it was unsafe. Like, you got your heart going too, because it made you scared. And of course, you're gonna be irritated and you're gonna be mad. There's a difference between being irritated and mad and escalating into road rage. You're screaming, you're blaring the horn, you're flipping the person off. And we gotta think, what emotions are appropriate here? Of course, you're gonna be scared and angry and upset and irritated, but you don't want to be in that heightened state. I mean, you just don't. It's not good for you. It's not good for others. So, given this is all the concept, one of the concepts of DBT. So we're looking at me identifying my emotions, and Christmas night, the whole day was done, and Angela was sleeping. We were sleeping over at my parents' place, but I was up because I was depressed, and Lyme disease causes this depression, and I was just like, what do? I can't sleep. So I thought of the skill I learned of opposite action, which is, what is this emotion I'm having that I don't really want to affect me at the moment, shouldn't be affecting me at the moment? How can I get to a more comfortable place? And so I was very sad, depressed, and very down on myself. So what can I do that's the exact opposite of it? And it was, well, how can I make myself a little cheerier? How can I build up my self-esteem, even if it's just for a little bit, so I can get to sleep? And that basically, because I've practiced this a lot too, it's a lot harder than it seems. You have to practice a lot. I went, okay, I know that on my Facebook page I have an album where I collect a bunch of pictures from Pinterest of all these inspirational quotes and uplifting quotes and things like that. So I went, let me go on Pinterest and I'm gonna look up some of these inspirational quotes, these happiness quotes, these strength quotes, and collect them and go over them until, feeling a little bit lighter. Okay, I feel like I can get to sleep now. So this is my example. That may not have worked for somebody else in my situation, and everyone's situation is different. So what matters is that the action you decide to take works for you and you're willing to go all the way with it. You're willing to continue with it to try to find this peace of mind, even if it's just a little bit. It doesn't have to work completely. Our emotions are gonna be there. But right now, what's going on with Lyme disease, there is no situation for me. This depression is here. This feeling of very insecure and down on myself no matter what is still here. So I've been finding this very useful because I can counter it with something. opposite action is an emotion regulation skill from DBT that is helping my Lyme, or at least me cope with my Lyme. And this is very interesting because I went on my school's database and I'm not finding anything about people mentioning that this might be a good thing, this might be a helpful thing. And I'm lucky and I'm probably going to get, fully treated, but there are people who are living with this their whole lives and they can't help it. So it would be a great thing for them to be like, oh, this is a thing I can learn and I can practice myself, and I have control of that. You may not have control of what the illness is doing to you, but you have control of how you're approaching it, and in some cases embracing it. And I'll be getting to those that type of discussion like later in another vlog. I don't want to really go into a lot today. Today is day 1 of being completely off of my antibiotic. And this may not seem like a big deal, but last time and the time before, about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, things started going back downhill again, and I'm feeling like trash right now. I've had this elevated mood, if you can call it that. Like, I'm not down in the dumps, and I can learn some things and keep my mind on them. I went to Panera yesterday and actually spent about 3 hours studying for midterms. And this is like a big deal, and I retained it. It wasn't the best focus, but it was some focus. So things are elevated right now because antibiotics were in my system, but I'm assuming that it's going to come back down, and that's probably self-defeating prophecy. Not defeating prophecy, self-fulfilling prophecy, and self-defeating talk. I think that's what I meant. But I'm really hoping that it's not going to come back down, but I'm afraid it will. And we talked before about IVs in my future and everything, so I'm just hanging on right now and kind of want to have a little bit of a recount of what's going on with me, because I hope these are helpful for you, but they're helpful for me too, because I can look back and go, oh, what was going on here? When was this happening? What worked? What didn't? So we're talking about the depression is still there, and this pain in my hip is pretty darn new. I don't like it. I had pain in my leg the other night, and so it seems like something's happening. I don't know. Those things have not been going well, but I'm going to be positive and say that, I was able to study. My brain fog isn't as bad as it was, and I haven't been as depressed most of the time. Today was a different story. But I got up early yesterday too. I managed to get up at 8:30 to get my car to the shop in order to get it serviced and everything. So, that's a great accomplishment. And that's really great. Like, I'm very proud of myself, and I'm hoping that anyone who's watching, can look at, address the fact that this sucks, but there are some good things too. And it's hard to do. But I'm hoping, you see me do it, you can do it too, That's pretty much it for now. If you like this video, if you like this vlog, if you even like, the stuff that Angela and I do together, please like and subscribe. It really helps. Like I said, I really want to move forward with this channel, and every little bit helps. So anyone who's been watching, thank you so much. I really, feel good that we're going on this journey together, and that, it helps me and hopefully helps you feel not so alone in this struggle. So hang in there and see you soon, and until next time.